Well, good morning. Good morning to everybody. Again, for those that are seeing me here for the first time, my name is Charles Richard, and I am going to continue this series of Aisha. All right, and I haven't done a video in a couple of days because I've been extremely busy, okay, investigating and finding some information, which I don't know if it's disturbing, or I don't know if it's more that I'm mostly surprised by it. But there's a whole bunch of different feelings that I have now, because I really, although many people told me negative things about her, I still think highly of her and I still thought highly of her. But maybe I was wrong, okay? Maybe I was wrong, and maybe I should not think highly of her anymore. And it's not because she ran, or because she's not around, or it has nothing to do with that. It has to do with the fact that the more I dig into what's going on with her, thinking that it is an issue, right? A disturbing issue, a disturbing mental issue, because of all the things that she has gone through. The more things I find out that are extremely negative, and I am sort of left pretty much speechless, and yeah, and so one of the things, well, I'll tell you what. Let's start this whole thing, all right, by explaining to you folks, all right, that I met Aisha in a hostel. All right, I had just left an Airbnb on Española Way here on Miami Beach. And one of the things that you guys that know me and that I've seen me post here know that I do a lot of reviews on different places. All right, places, whether it's a restaurant, places to go, whether it's a hotel, whether it's a hostel, and I've never been in a hostel scenario. So I wanted to review this hostel experience. So I went there, and that's where I met her. I met her about 3 months ago, and when I met her, I was very much impressed by her massive intelligence, how well spoken she is, how well behaved she is. She is like the perfect person, right? Or at least I would think that, right? And then I started hanging around with her, and then we just clicked, right from the start. She had the same likes as me, and but there was a couple of people that were telling me to keep away from her, and I didn't want to listen to them, and I still don't believe that that's 100% true. So I just went ahead and I kept with her, and we clicked, and I really cared a lot about her, and this is where the story begins. All right, and so from all this that transpired, right, there has been a series of things on my side as well as on her side. And so I just people were telling me that she was a gold digger, she was a manipulator, and I did notice that she has some manipulative traits, but I didn't think that she was a manipulator. I never thought that. Okay, I'm gonna lie to you. I'm lying to you. Okay, at the beginning, I sort of was confused, and I thought that maybe that was a possibility, right? And then the more that I knew her, and the more that she, opened up to me, then I just said, no, this not right. Okay, that is just not her. All right, and so I sort of played it off. All right, but here's the thing. All right, here's the thing. The more I knew about her, the more I learned about her, and now the more I dig, okay, the more I dig into who she is, the more I find out the lies that she have been telling me, or the half truths, or not telling me at all, right? And well, I don't know. I want you guys to hear me out. I've got all the proof in front of me. I've got all the paperwork, and I got a lot more paperwork. I got all the paperwork in front of me. Investigations, all kinds of things. Documents. I've got tons and tons of paperwork. All right, and I'm gonna sort of bring this out here for you guys to sort of help me figure this out, okay? Because I want to hear your opinion. I want to hear your opinion. I want to hear your comments, all right, as to, what, number one, what would you do? Number two, what do you think, all right? And I don't want to hear the comments about what do you think about me, what you don't think about me. I could care less about what you think about me, all right? What I want to know is more of what do you actually think. And if you know her, you need to speak up for her. All right, you need to speak up for her. You need to tell me, what you do know about her. If that is if you want to. You don't have to. You know what I'm saying? But it might help clear some of this vibe that's been roaming around, or maybe you just didn't know, just like I did, and this is the first time that you're seeing this, right? Okay, so let me get my iPad. All right, hang on a second. I know that you guys can hear me right now, but let me get my iPad over here. Let me bring my iPad because it's disturbing, and it's a lot of things, it really is a lot of things, to be honestly truthful. So let me take the iPad out of here, and I want to show you the first thing that I want to start off with is something that I don't know that I was aware of or that I wasn't aware of, all right, but I want to say more that I wasn't aware of. All right, so let me go here. I think it's going to be here. And is it going to be on this one? No, I think it's going to be on this one. Let me see. Okay, so I want to say let me find it really quick for you guys, okay? Because the first thing that I want to go through is it's actually here. Some of these photos right here is something that I saw, right? And it's not that one. Where is the other one? There's I got two photos albums here, and I don't know. I think it's this one. Let me see. Is this yesterday, Sunday? Let me see. Let me quickly browse through this here. Here we go. Okay, I found it. Okay, I found it. All right. Okay. So let's take a look at this for a second. Okay, the first one is for those that don't know about her. Okay, Aisha was born in New York, but Aisha told me that her father was Dominican and her mother was Puerto Rican. Now, when I looked at her birth certificate, and all this stuff is stuff that I have been researching, stuff that I have been gathering, and stuff that as a person, as a content creator, when I have something that interests me, I just go out and I dig. And I start digging, all right? And anyways, the very first thing that I want to show you, okay, is Aisha's father, okay, Angelo Rodriguez, okay, that's her father's name, Angelo Rodriguez. When Aisha was born, he was only 22 years old. But Angelo was not born in Santo Domingo. Angelo was born in Elmhurst, New York. Elmhurst, New York. This is her birth certificate, all right? And this is where he was born. Elmhurst, New York. You see that? Okay, and her mom was born in New York. She's not from Puerto Rico. She was born in New York. Maybe her descendants are from Puerto Rico, but she was born in New York. Okay, Eugenia Torres was born in New York. All right, she was born on 12/22, 1970. Okay, that's December 22nd, 1970. That's when her mom was born. And so her dad was 22. She was 20 years old. Two kids having a child, and this is where I start digging and I start saying, well, when you're 22 years old and 20 years old, you're still very young. You're still a kid, right? And you're not going to have the capability of possibly raising a child. It's and specifically, I don't want to be, I don't want to sound like prejudice, all right, or anything like that, all right. But the truth of the matter is, and I've got Latin background, and the truth of the matter is that within the Latin culture, is not as mature as some of these European cultures. So to be in a Latin culture and to say that you have a child at 22 and at 20 years old, you're still not very much responsible. All right, you're still going out and you're still going to your nightclubs and you're partying and your discos or whatever it is, that you do, and that's the lifestyle, the normal lifestyle, especially if you're in New York. So especially if you're in New York. All right, and so when I see this, and I see the truth behind what Aisha told me, then I start going, why would she say that her father is from the Santo Domingo, all right, or Republic of Dominican Republic, and why would she say that her mother is from Puerto Rico? Maybe their ancestors or their parents or their grandparents or their descendants, maybe they're from those places, but they themselves were born here in the United States. And when I did a little bit more research on Angelo Rodriguez, he actually, was in the military, and there's not a whole lot of good things to say about him in the military, to be honestly truthful. All right, and so I know that, and I'm not going to get into that because I'm just going to leave it as that. But then I start looking at things that Aisha herself starts to embed in me about love and how much it means for her to portray that love and to be a person of integrity and all that sort of stuff. And so I sort of agreed with her. I believed her. All right, and so I went out and I actually signed a will. I actually did a will. Okay, this is my will. All right, this is the will right here. Okay, it was signed. You can see it right here. Okay, signed, dotted, legal. And the will basically states that everything that I own, I'm going to leave to her. That's how much I care about her. All right, everything that I own. All right, everything. Here's her name. All right, everything that I own, there's nobody else on there. Everything that I own, all right, is going to be, you can see right there, everything that I own is going to be hers. All right, now, because I do have a certain medical conditions, and so, she was kind of like trying to hurry me, that, I need to do the will, and she is right. Okay, she was right because, I went through a great issue when my aunt died because she didn't have a will, and we went through probate court, went through a whole bunch of things, and I lost her house. All right, so I couldn't do nothing, you know what I'm saying? And so this opened up, my heart to her, and because I know that the scenario and the situation that she was in, and how much I cared about her, I said, you know what, everything that I own, it's gonna be yours, you know what I'm saying? Because if I have 2 months to live, or if I have 10 years to live, I don't know, all right, but I want to you know, leave something for you so you can be set for the rest of your life. All right. And so I did this will, but after I had signed this will, all right, I start digging and digging, and I find another will, right there. You see it? Another will, okay, to a let me see, from a Heidi Filomena Santos. Okay, Heidi Filomena Santos. You know, and I start looking, okay, through all these documents and paperwork, you know, and and I'm like wow, you know. And this is a surrogates court in Queens County. All right, it was a probate citation. All right, and with witnesses and all, and basically this will, you know, it's sort of it's sort of disturbing. Let me see. And then the beneficiaries, you know, here's the beneficiaries right here. Okay, here's the beneficiaries. Okay, let me see if I can there it is right there. Beneficiaries A, you can see A right there, Aisha Rodriguez A, you see that? And so it sort of, you know, it sort of began raising questions. Okay, it sort of began raising questions as to why she has several wills, you know, of older people, you know, naming her as a beneficiary, you know. And so that's my first question, because a person that is a person of integrity, you know, doesn't do those things, you know. At least I don't think so, right? And so then you have another issue where Aisha, you know, because of lack of money and whatever it is, she actually married a person. All right, she married a person. Her name is Magdalena Sadowska. Magdalena Sadowska. Okay, she married her. This Magdalena, she lives in Brooklyn, New York. All right, I've got her address and everything. But they made a prenuptial agreement, and the reason that she married her is so that Magdalena could get legal residency here in the United States, you know. And that's how you do, you know, you marry somebody that's American, you know, and the papers, you know, come through. Well, that's how they did, and there was an actual payment. Here's the domestic partnership agreement. All right, you can see right there, domestic partnership agreement. All right, where it says this. Okay, the timeline payments. Okay, here's the timeline payments. All right. Here's the timeline payments right there, okay? The timeline payments of this agreement, all right? You see that? Do you see that? Okay? Okay, these are the timeline payments, all right, from this domestic agreement, which was signed by both Aisha Rodriguez and Magdalena. Okay, you can see right there, all right? It's here. It's here. Paperwork is here, all right? So if you guys, you know, think that I'm making things up, no, it's right here. Here's just the paperwork right here. All right, and I can even go further and show you the deposits, how they were made in the bank accounts. We have all that information already. Okay, so you know, and that's just not part of a person that has integrity, you know. And so just things keep opening up and things keep, you know, popping up, and And these things are terrible. And then another one is that this is not the first time that she claims that something like this has happened to her. All right. One of the previous, I guess, encounters, relationship, or a person that she knew, all right, went through a similar thing. And she said, quote unquote, that he actually started charging her credit cards and did a whole bunch of stuff and a whole bunch of things and this and that. Now, I don't know how true that is because I wasn't there. But what I do know, all right, is that a person of integrity doesn't do this. Okay, this is a statement from Citibank where she pays a company, I think it's like an X amount of dollars. Don't know how much it is that she paid him. Actually, I do, but I don't know if I want to reveal that because I don't have the confirmation on the exact figures yet. But what I do know is this company, what they do is if she owes, like, for example, $40,000, in this case is somewhere around there, all right, they will file paperwork like this big, okay, to try to get it reduced to where she's only going to pay maybe $7,000, $6,000, something like that. That's not a person that has integrity. Because if you actually, did this, right, you should, if you were a person of integrity, you should be able to pay the $40,000, okay, back, not a portion of that. They were not at fault. They did not swipe that card. You did, okay, and nobody else can swipe that card. And for somebody to tell me, oh yeah, but I was all high and drugged and I wasn't able to be in my own senses, that's a whole bunch of crock of shit. You know what I'm saying? Because the truth of the matter is that nobody forces you to to put a pencil on something or to go and swipe a card, and that's a whole bunch of baloney, And so I look at these things, and then I look at her degree. Her degree, I think that everybody thinks that she has a marketing degree. She doesn't have a marketing degree. All right, she has a degree in a bachelor's in business. Okay, a bachelor's in business, bachelor of applied science of supervision and management specialization. Here it is, right here, guys. Here it is. All right, from Broward College, a bachelor. Okay, that's what she has. She doesn't have a degree in marketing, although she's really good in marketing. Okay, and she's really good at her game. But these are facts. Okay, these are the facts that I'm beginning to uncover, and there's a whole bunch more. Okay, this is not just, there's a whole bunch more stuff that has been uncovered. All right, and the more I dig into it, the more stuff I uncover. And then I don't know what she's telling her family and this and that, and what I'm saying. I got the proof. Now I'm not okay. I am not a goody two old shoes. All right, I got my history too. But you know what? Okay, I don't hide it. Okay, I don't. If you ask me, I'm going to tell you. All right, and if you don't ask me, I'm not going to tell you. All right, that's how I roll. All right, but the point is that I am a little bit confused because I really thought really highly of her, and I still want to say that I still think highly of her. But why did she run? Okay, why did she run? That is what triggered me. Why did she run? And here's what everybody's telling me. She ran because when she was not able to get the money, all right, because she kept telling me, I want to go to Crystal City. I want to go get the money. And she started talking to my other bank, or one of my banks, Bank Mobile, which has a lot of of my CDs. Right, she started talking to them, and I've got the proof, okay, of how many times she talked to him and how many times she emailed him, on my behalf. I gave her permission to do that. I did give her permission to do that, but she was constant. Why would somebody be so interested, right, in solving something as quickly as possible, and making believe, like, and I'm not saying making, I want to say making believe, because in the whole truth is maybe she was real about it, but telling me how worried she was about me and how concerned she was about me, and I want to help you out, and I want to and I fell for it. I fell for it because she's a beautiful person. Maybe that was my poison ivy. I don't know. I don't want to think that way. I really don't. But I still care for her, and I'm not going to stop caring for her. I'm not going to, and I'm going to say this here publicly. I'm not going to change my will. All right, I'm not going to change my will. Everything that you see here, it's all detailed of all my will, everything that I own. And the day that I die, I'm going to leave it to her. I'm going to leave it to her regardless of what I find out. I'm going to leave it to her. So if you're watching this, know this. I'm not changing this, okay? This is for you. All right. I'm going to send this back to her P.O. box. She has a P.O. box. She doesn't have an office. She has a UPS P.O. box. So I'm going to send this over to her. Maybe she'll pick it up. I don't know. Maybe she moved her P.O. box. I don't know. But I'm not going to change that, okay? I'm not going to change that. So I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear from you guys what you actually think and what you actually believe. And so please let me know. I want to hear your opinions. I want to hear what you would do in this case, in this matter. I don't feel like I want to put a hurting on her, but I also need to put a closure to it. It's not going to be a good one. It's not going to be a good one, Aisha. It's not going to be a good one, because I'm a kind of person that regardless, regardless of whether I'm alive or I'm in a wheelchair or wherever I'm at, I don't stop coming. All right, I don't stop coming at you. All right, so I told you that I'm a fighter. Okay, that's what we do. That's how we roll. That's how I roll. And so, anyways, please, let me know what you think, guys. Let me know what you think. This is a very much a surprise, an Aisha surprise. I guess that's the best way I can say it, an Aisha surprise, because I wasn't expecting that. I really wasn't expecting that. But, well, with that said, enough rumbling. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you so much. And I'll post another video, because there's more stuff that I'm going to be actually gaining tonight, or today, I should say, throughout the day. So that I can do my next video on Aisha. All right, so until next video, thanks, stay safe, and have a wonderful and a blessed day. Bye-bye.